Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Fraser McKenzie here, the main commentator for the Talk of the Devil Elite League. And with me tonight is our championship leader for the Talk of the Devil main league, Mr. Stephen Harrison. Stephen, welcome along this evening.
How are we doing?
Yeah, doing very well, thanks. How's your day been?
Not too bad, steady.
Fantastic. And like I said, championship leader. Got a big target on your back, but you seem to be coping with the pressure pretty well.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
dealing with it at the minute. We're not having a bad few races.
Yeah. And we for those that don't know what's happened over the course of the last couple of weeks, we just had the transfer window, which I announced all the transfers for last week in my interview with Callum, who is now your former teammate, with your brother Dean taking his slot at Mercedes, with Callum heading to McLaren now. What are your thoughts on that?
It's pretty interesting, to be honest. Yeah, I was not surprised that Callum moved on. He missed a few races. He had a few bits and bobs, and just dropped down to a good team. He'll be a good fit at McLaren. And yeah, Dean coming up, he's pretty much been solid driver, to be honest, since he started getting points. He's had first lap incidents by other people causing them in every race he's raced so far this season, so he's not had best of luck, but I think he'll be able to help us take the championship again.
Yeah, we'll wait and see what happens with that. So, into the usual list of interview questions, which it's the same questions that I have for everyone that I interview. How long have you been following Formula One for?
Um, Probably about 15 years, maybe. Yeah, about 15 years.
Cool. And how long have you been playing the Formula One games for?
Since PlayStation 2, I can't remember which one it was, to be honest.
Wow, all the way back then.
Oh,
How's about that?
yeah, it was a long time ago, yeah. But I've missed quite a few. I've only really been playing it for the last 2 years, to be honest, for
Yeah.
long.
I mentioned in one or two of the interviews previously that I've played all the Codemasters games since they came out in 2009.
Yeah, I've tried, but it's not, I've not really played them that much, to be honest, apart from, like I said, the last 2 years is
Yeah.
when I've picked it back up.
Yeah, and with you being one of the one of the OG members of the league, what do you think about it?
What about the league?
Yeah,
It's gone places very fast. It's a very well organised, well-run league, to be honest. Very impressed. I help run the league a little bit. I don't do as much as some of the others, but it's a very well-run league. We've got an elite league combining with the extreme one as well. It's all moved pretty quick over one season, and yeah, he's done a spot on job, Callum has. Yeah.
yeah. And with 5 races gone, what are your thoughts on season two so far?
Um, I don't know. I don't know. I've had a good start. Second, second, first. I believe. Um, I had an incident in Bahrain, dropped me to back at pack up first corner, and just absolutely pushed Bahrain. I couldn't push Australia much more than I could, and Baku. I was looking forward to a fight, but it didn't happen. But I was pretty much trying to control most races, which I am. To be honest, I think Gary's controlling races E front as well, pretty well. So it's interesting.
Interesting there. And we'll say this might have changed since the start of the season for you, but what are your goals for season two?
No, they ain't changed. Not changed. No, I'm still going for that one. Still going for that number one. I've got Dean. I think he'll help, and potentially Dean has the potential to catch up. I think he is a fast driver, just as quick as me. I believe he's got the potential to catch up with us. But I will try my hardest to be winning this season. Hold off Gary.
Interesting there. What would you say is your best memory from season one?
Um, oh man. My first win in Bahrain, to be honest, drive and dominated the whole deal, just like it as well. But yeah, that was one of the biggest things, and then going up to Mercedes start, but I got there in the end.
Fantastic. Uh, do you feel you have a rival in the league?
Yeah, straight up Gary.
Straight,
Straight up Gary.
straight to the
Yeah,
point.
100%.
Yeah, and as I've done with the previous people I've interviewed, I'll do the same with you. I'm going to combine these next two together. The first part: who's your favorite F1 driver, and what would you ask them if you got the opportunity to meet them?
Never really thought about it. Uh, Hamilton, because I grew up watching Hamilton right from the start, even through um, um, before he was in F1. I followed him into his F1. His first season was insane. It, it's he's just one of them drivers. I wouldn't know what to ask him, to be honest, but it's just one of the drivers I've followed. I weren't, I watched Schumacher quite a lot in the younger days, but I'm not that old. I never followed it that much when I was that young, so. But Schumacher's up there.
Mhm. So yeah, again, the second part of that is, what would you ask them if you had the opportunity to meet them?
Wouldn't have a clue.
Just enjoying the moment with them then.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I wouldn't know.
Sounds
Just
good.
casual.
Sounds good to me. In your view, what's the best overtake you've seen in Formula One?
Um, I think it was Hakkinen and Schumacher at Spa, I believe. It's probably
Ah,
one of
yes, the Camel Straight. Yeah.
it's probably one of the greatest. To be fair, one of the good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And last question of the day, well, evening, I should say. If you could go back in time, which Formula One car would you most like to drive?
Um, well, that's a question. Um, I'd probably go Senna's. Oh no. No, I'd probably go just. Wouldn't even be that far back, like 2002 Ferrari. What's it called now? Not a Ferrari fan, but
The F2002.
that's yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's that
Yes.
one. But
Yeah, it definitely ranks up there as one of the most dominant cars in Formula One history. And
yeah,
it's easy to see why.
100%. Yeah, yeah, it was absolutely insane. Sounded a beast as well.
I do miss those V10s as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's it this evening, Stephen. Thanks very much for your time, and all the best for the Racing Canada tomorrow. It's a shame I won't. It's a shame I'm no longer going to be commentating on the main league, as I've got duties with the Elite League now.
Okay, well, good luck with that one.
But I'll be sure to keep up to date. But I'll do my best to try and keep up to date with what's happening with the main league while I'm commentating on the main league. So yeah, that's it for this evening, folks. But this isn't the only video we're going to be having this evening, folks, because I've just finally finished editing a highlight reel of the first 5 races of the main league so far. 80 minutes of action, folks. You're not going to be disappointed. All edited by yours truly. That's going to be up following this interview, and I'll be back. I'll be back on commentary duty tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. UK time, on the Gilles Villeneuve circuit in Canada. But until then, it's good night from me. It's good night from Stephen, and thanks for watching.